What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News. I will let the chat load everyone. How are we feeling today? You know, I have to talk about Kell Brook is challenging the pound for pound best fighter in the world, Terence, but Crawford. And, you know, this is a fight that's very interesting, and a lot of people overlook it but don't, you know. And we've heard some back and forth. We've heard that people are doubting Kell Brook, you know, but Kell Brook holds a lot of question marks. We got 14 on the chat. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm letting it load, you know, and I'm talking as I go because I'm on a road trip. You know how it rolls. It helps the day go by quicker, you know. You guys hit the like button when coming in, please. We got 19. Thank you for the instruction, because a lot of people don't get notifications. You know, over the thousands of subscribers that I have, I thank God for each and every one of you guys, but I don't get everything. D-Town Blaster, what's up, brother? I'm doing great. I'm really feeling refreshed. I'm headed to Waco right now, through Waco, and I'm gonna get what I always get when I go to Waco, a big fat homemade burger from Carlos himself, you know. So it's been like a tradition. What's up, baby? Lady Sean Dim Sum, what's up, baby? Counterpunch to you. You know, congrats on your accomplishments. D-Town Blast, the morning chat. How is everybody? You coming through Dallas? I may come through Dallas, bro. Hit me up. If I come through Dallas, hit me up. I don't know how I'm gonna hit you up, but hit me up. Expecting Crawford to win, but I think it will be a high-level fight. Both got speed, technique, and power. It will be a must watch for a boxing fan. That I can deal with. Psychedelic. Counterpunch to you. You're absolutely correct. Because I think Crawford TK's in the 8th. I give it round 7 actually. OG Toric from Philly. What's up, brother? Salute. Counterpunch to you, man. Hey, man, love the content. Keep up the good work. Oh, I'm going to keep going, Jeff. I'm going to keep going, Jeff. Thank you for the support. Keep watching, because I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to keep sending out content left and right. I think I just posted one not too long ago. I think. Yeah. There's one on Fury, the Gypsy King. Counterpunch to you from Sheffield, UK. Kell Brook country. Or is it county or country? Cool. Yeah. Kell Brook, you know, a lot of people doubted Kell Brook. I know Sean Porter did. Sean Porter took his first L, and then Kell Brook came over on this side to get that done. You understand? Chris Serrano, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. In fact, just screenshot it. I need your number anyway. Salute, Counterpunch Pacer. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Fabian Cameron. Shout out from North Hamptonshire, England. Counterpunch to you, brother. You were pissed off with Fury last video. Yeah. You know, it's like this. A lot of people regard Tyson Fury as the best pound for pound fighter, or best heavyweight. But then it's like, look, I think people should fight to see who's best. But then again, don't have one guy fighting a bunch of hard motherfuckers and then you're coasting. I mean, do your part. Do your part to show that you're worth what people say you are. That's all I'm saying. And I think I said it better than last night, because I did it last night. You know, I just can't post everything else. D, 115 times. What's up, brother? Just cruising. Cruising down Interstate 35 north, headed into Waco, David Koresh country. Hit that like button, people. We got 43 on the chat. Let's get 43 likes. Kurt, do you think Tyson dabbed with steroids when he was younger? I'm not sure. You mean when he fought Klitschko? See, if anybody should be mad, it should be Klitschko, like a mother sucker. It's locked down here and no one is complying. Fury was always going to duck white. Yeah, I think he deserves it, honestly. I feel sorry for the poor Tulsa. You feel sorry for him, fucking fight him. Since you got Wilder out of the way, and if that's the case, fight Wilder in the UK. He can fight on your turf, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that could be done. Mike Tyson Curtin. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got one to do on Mike, but I'm going to do that a little later. I think I've done enough content right now. So, for right now. Hey, base. What's up, Kurt? Much love from South Africa. Nice. Shout out to South Africa, brother. Main money. What's up, brother? Everything's good, man. King, Ray, you know, royalty. That's it. Respect, appreciation. Yes, let's see here. Got an analysis on Teal versus Tank. It's gonna be a good fight. That would be a good fight if it happens. I don't see that happening right now. It's gonna be real with you. I don't see that happening. Maybe in the next year, maybe. But they both got to keep winning, you know. And Lopez by that time probably will go to 140. And then here's the thing, people. If those two guys, if they keep winning, I don't even think it'll happen at 135. I think it'll happen at 140, 147. When both of those guys have matured, both of those guys have got a little bigger, a little bit more experience, and then I think that fight will happen. If it ever happens. You think Tyson Fury beats a prime Vladimir or Vitali? I don't think Vitali. I don't think he'll beat Vitali. I think Vitali would knock Tyson Fury out because he's just too aggressive. You know what I mean? Vitali Klitschko reminds me of a super Kubrat Pulev because of the way he fights. You know, that spin around, you know, that probing ass jab, because he spins it. So you don't never know what he's doing. That's why Lennox Lewis had so much problems with him. You understand? Because Vitali will come at you, and he's more aggressive. You know, Vladimir has that jab and grab style that sucked righteous cock. It did, man. It was terrible. I hated it. Arizism. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Onajomo. Gabrielle from London. Shout out from London. Ducked Vitali and Vlad for years. I don't believe that. I think his team ducked Vlad and Vitali. They did that. They didn't want him fighting him. They didn't think Wilder was ready, and they didn't want Wilder in there. That's it. I wouldn't say he ducked him, but but see, in the grand scheme of things, he's been in the game 12 years. At some point, maybe half of that, he should have took a stand and said, you know what? I want to do my own thing. I want to do my own thing, and you guys are not doing it for me. But he stayed with him. You know, he stayed with him like Manny Pacquiao stayed with Bob Arum. But where did it get Manny Pacquiao? A whole shitload of fights with Juan Manuel Marquez until he was knocked out. 3 fights with fucking Brandley. Think about it. That's 7 fights right there. So 7 fucking fights. That's what, 3 years of fights? So for 3 years, yeah. So for 3.5 years, he fucked around and fought the same people. What do you think will win? Who do you think will win, Crawford or Brook? I think Crawford will win. You got to go for what you know. But it'll be a good fight, though. And see, a lot of people talk about Terence Crawford's resume as opposed to the welterweight division. But a lot of people don't understand about Terence Crawford. He's already done enough to retire right now and walk away from boxing and be one of the pound-for-pound best at the same damn time, on top of being in the Hall of Fame. He's already a Hall of Famer, people. He's fucking 2-time undisputed champion. Not 2-time unified champion. No, 2-time unified champion in 2 different fucking weight classes. With 2 Ring Magazine belts in 2 different weight classes. He's already done that. Floyd didn't do that shit. Understand me, people. Terence Crawford is the fucking man. He needs to be talked about. Now, if Terence Crawford was this boisterous, flamboyant Conor McGregor / Adrian Broner slash Muhammad Ali type of persona and personality, the motherfucker would be selling off the chain. And a lot of people would probably hate him, but that's good, because if they hate you or they love you, they still pay to see you. So yeah, but he's not that dude. He's not that dude at all. Kell is washed up. Mike Brown, that's the question mark that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I don't know if he's washed up really. I don't know what he's at. I don't know where he's at. I do know at times when he does come off long layoffs like he's been, he tends to be dry. I know that much. He never fought a level fighter or a real B-level fighter. I don't care what they say he's accomplished. He has not accomplished that. November 14th, you'll see why he never fought a top-level fighter. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Kell Brook? Or are you talking about Terence Crawford? Who are you talking about, son? Will, great fight. Can't wait. Well said, Kurt. Appreciate it, Barry. Counterpunch to you. Darren Humble. I think the best pound-for-pound fighter is the exact fighter we're talking about. Terence Crawford. There ain't nobody better than him. Ain't no fucking Canelo. Canelo has too many, he has too much help to be pound for pound for me, honestly. He's a good fighter and all that, but he needs to start taking some chances. I'm glad he left Golden Blow and all that shit. Golden Blow. Golden Blow. Golden Blow me. But, no, you know, I'm glad he left. So there may be a chance he can get with Al Heyman in the PBC. That would be fucking fantastic. He'd fight somebody like Jamal Charlo and have the fight of his fucking life. I want to see the kid tested. Yeah, he's still a fucking kid, right? I want to see Canelo get in there and fight some damn body. He's been around since he was 15. He's been fighting 15 years. But I want to see him do some more. Another 5 more years for him. How do you think it would go with Haney versus Lomachenko? It would be a pretty good fight. But I see Lomachenko now, lady. I think him at his stage now, he's going to get like Austin Trout, but a higher caliber. He's going to have to go in there and start beating these guys. Kurt, why isn't AJ in the pound-for-pound rankings? I mean, he's the best top dudes. Because pound-for-pound doesn't mean what people think it means. Pound-for-pound means everything except the heavyweight division. You don't put heavyweights at pound-for-pound. That's why. They're already at a weight class that they cannot go beyond. Pound-for-pound is how good you do pound-for-pound in certain weight classes. Kell is not looking for a cash out if he beats Crawford. He gets a shot at the 154 title. Okay, good for him. Good for him, brother. Good for him. You know, it'd be very good for Kell Brook. Kell Brook would, you know. I'll fight him in Wembley. I'll fight him in Wembley. Terence Crawford wants another fight. I'll fight him in Wembley. Canelo is proven he beat Triple G and Kovalev. He didn't fuck Kovalev. Kovalev's old drunk. He's a washed out ass drunk that likes to rape women. Counterpunch. He ain't shit no more. He ain't the person that killed that guy in the ring. He ain't that dude no more. You got a lot of fighters that used to be the shit, but he ain't that no more. Counterpunch. He ain't that what people think he is. He's not that. He's not who people think he is no more. You know what I mean? He did that shit for the money. He took that quick ass fight after going war to war with a young ass Anthony Yard. He beat Anthony Yard. He avenged his fight with the other Alvarez from Colombia, El Either, right? So yeah, fair play to the guy and all. But at the end of the fucking day, he ain't the dude he used to be when he fought Andre Ward. He wasn't. He's not. So no, I mean, how much credit are you supposed to give a dude that you keep starching the fuck up? You can't weight drain an alcoholic. You fucking kill him. You give him a stroke. Okay? You know what I mean? So Canelo came in. Why didn't he fight Bivol? Why didn't he fight Better Beef? Why didn't he fight one of them tough motherfuckers that ain't been defeated? Why you get some old washed up ass dude that has a drinking problem? Stop. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he went to 175, so fucking what? The big short sturdy bastard is about 180. Canelo walks around in that weight class. Shit, he ain't, you know, look, Canelo wouldn't go there if he doesn't belong there. And just a few years ago, the motherfucker was claiming he wasn't a middleweight. Now he's going all the way up to the light heavyweight. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like Conor McGregor. Get the fuck out of here. Shit. It don't work that way, dude. You know, no so, no how. It don't work that way. So yeah, Canelo beat him, but he always beat the weakest motherfucker in the weight class. Okay, give you another example. While we're on Canelo, okay, El Cinnamon fought who at 168? Did he fight old Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant? No. Did he fight David Benavidez? No. Who did he fight? He fought Rocky fucking Fielding. Come on, man. Like who did he fight? Who the fuck did he fight? He got that little WBO strap. He could have fought Billy Joe. Fight some fucking body with a pulse, please. That looks good, but if you really start looking at it like, dude, you fought the weakest motherfucker in each weight class that you're supposed to ascend it to. That's not an accomplishment. You ain't doing a Bernard Hopkins. You ain't no fucking Roy Jones. Come on now. He is overhyped like a motherfucker, but he is overhelped. He is overhelped. Counterpunch. That's all it is. Sorry. Canelo's a good fighter. He should have stayed at 160. But if you're gonna go up, fight the best. If he loses, cool. But they want to make him look like he's something that he's not. Well, Oscar ain't doing shit now. Oscar's probably doing a fucking line of coke, getting high, fucked up, scratching his head, drinking a beer, taking a shot, wondering what the fuck went wrong with his prodigy. All right? Yeah, he was the regular champion. That's it. So that means Canelo is doing regular shit. He's not doing anything worth a fuck. Come on, man. He ain't doing that like people think he's doing that. Let's just get real. Let's just get real. Because I can see right through that shit in my old Rocky Fielding. What about Beefy's big ass brother, the big Billy Goat? He should have fought him. Think Brook could say, I don't know. I mean, depends. See, this is all about Crawford. Because at this point, the only person I see beating Crawford is fucking Crawford. Because, he has so much shit going on to the point where, people don't want to fight him. And, you would think like some big ass motherfucker like Errol Spence. Errol Spence would want to come there and whoop up on Terence Crawford just because I would have fought Terence Crawford a year and a half ago. Because I know I'm a bigger guy than he is, and I have a chance, and Errol Spence has mad ass skills, people. He ain't no fucking dude's an undefeated, unified champion. He likes to punch hard as shit to the body. He takes guys out of there. Why do you think they call him man down? Because Errol Spence is a bad mother sucker. He's bad to the bone. And if I saw somebody like Terence Crawford, oh shit, you don't belong here, mate. I'm gonna show you that you don't. I'm gonna take that fight. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to punish you. Like, what did he tell Terence? I'll crush you. I'll crush you, man. I'll crush you. Okay? Crush him. Do something. Do something. All right? But he didn't. He's waiting for Al Heyman to pick his fights. That type of old shit. I can see Al Heyman with a sweet-ass tongue, though. You know what I mean? Al Heyman tell these fighters, man, I want you to fight these motherfuckers, man. I want you to fight these motherfuckers. You don't need to fight nobody else over there. We got to clean up our own side of the street before we fucking around anywhere else, baby. And while we doing that, we letting the money build. You got to look at him build. He probably touch him when he talks to him. You got to let it build. They all sucking it in and shit. They only see him one time a year or some shit. Some people ain't ever saw him at all. I seen Al Heyman. I actually met Al Heyman. And I bet you when you met Al Heyman, he was touching your ass. Let me tell you something. You're a strong young brother. I want to get you the best possible fights. But fuck the fights. The best possible money. I don't do interviews. I ain't an interview kind of motherfucker. But I'll talk to you because I'm a real motherfucker. Now get this straight. You ain't fighting no Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is about shit that he don't know about. You be about the money. All right, Uncle Al, you got that. Yeah, that's real talk, shit. That's real talk. Zorro's 2 times. What's up, brother? Al Heyman, the black Mr. Burns from Simpsons. Shit, that motherfucker's a black kingpin. Shit, that dude does some shit. Got a feather on his hat. Yep. That dude has a feather on his hat. He's smoking a big ass cigar and shit. Ain't no weed. Probably some Cubans and shit. He's probably smoking Cuban cigars. Touching all his fighters and shit. You know, that's why everybody love Al. Shout out to Al Heyman. Shout out to Al Heyman. Al Heyman. Shit, Al Heyman is a sucker. You know, he's the big boss though. You gotta give it to him. Let's see. What do you think about Devin Haney? Devin Haney, I think, is still a good fighter. I think it just look. There's a lot of variables about that. He should have talked shit. Devin Haney should have went in there humble. You know, stay humble. Don't go in there talking big shit like the rest of these cocksuckers if you can't deliver. Counterpunch. He's still a good fighter. Let's hit this like button. We got damn near 100 people in this piece. Let's get damn near 100 likes. So people, while you guys hit that like button. It'll notify everybody else that I'm here that ain't been notified. Because believe it or not, the people if you look, I think YouTube does their job to a certain degree that they only do as much as the people that's on your chat. I don't think they notify everybody. They may notify the people that normally come to your channel, but I don't think they do what they supposed to do. Like, you know, like I don't think you get notified like this many people on that subscribe gets notified from each and every fucking video. I don't believe it works like that. I'm sorry, I don't think that shit is the case. Okay, let's do this. Do some illegal shit. Go ahead, bud. Yup. I don't always get notified and I have the bell on. You see what I'm saying? Perfect example. Counterpunch, Lady Sean. That's what I'm saying. I think the more likes and shit that boosts and triggers some type of algorithm or whatever. That's why when people say hit the like button, they're saying that shit because they want YouTube to do the fucking job that they don't do, which they say they do. They're lying. They ain't doing that shit. YouTube is not doing their job. They're not. It's us to do the job to help YouTube do their job. Help YouTube help us bring more people on that weren't even notified. I don't know how many people is like that comes after the point. I guess eventually they'll see it, but it's not like doing something live. You can't respond to something after the point. You can't do the live is already done. You can watch it as though it was live, all that shit. Oh, Kurt was live. Broner is spent. Shit, I tell you what Broner ain't doing. Broner ain't spending his money. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I ain't spending shit. I ain't got but $13. That's some funny shit, man. I had 13. He could have said 33. He said 13. Wow. He was scrolling through YouTube. You see what I mean? Just so happened I was there. See, that type of shit. You supposed to be notified. Boom. Counterpunch Boxing News Live. All that shit. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Errol Spence versus Garcia. That's going to be a good fight, too. That's one of the high anticipated fights. I will do it live also. You know, that's a high, you know, that's unification on the line. You know, and when I mean unification, you got a unified fighter that's fighting a mandatory. So yes, it's unification. That means if that motherfucker gets beat, he can't get a rematch. So it's very important. It's very, very important. Okay, Google. Nah, shit won't work when I'm on the chat. I thought that shit would pop up. So I made it to Waco, and I don't have the GPS on, so I gotta put the fucking GPS on to know where I'm going before I end up in Corsicana or someplace where they're mad.
Your phone has no SIM card installed, so I can't help you with that at the moment.
No, ain't that something? You know what? This is what I'm gonna do though. I'll turn on my wireless hotspot. Yep, that's how we'll do it. Let's see. 5 p.m. in London. This is good. Rainy day. Counterpunch to you. You know, it's crazy. You got, when I wake up, you guys, it's like damn near it's in the afternoon or some shit. It depends on how early I wake up. Kurt, you think Loma would be able to come back strong after the loss and take the top guys? Brandon, I think he could, but the thing is, will he? And another thing is, will he get the opportunity? Will he get the opportunity to do so? Because, you know, Because the way Lopez is taking it and spilling it like giving him shit, you know. And I think he's doing that out of just bitterness. But I mean, you have to look at where you're at. You have to honestly know where you're at. Lopez is a young fighter. He's doing some young shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did something very, very risky, and he ended up victorious, successful. Not everybody, first of all, they don't do that these days, that Teofimo Lopez has. But I think it didn't really start with him. I think it started with his father. You know, I interviewed his father, and his father told me the whole deal and what happened and how, you know, Lomachenko looked at him. But Lomachenko seen it, his ass was drunk. And anytime that you, and I don't think Lomachenko gets fucked up like that. Right? I don't think he gets fucked up like that. I think that he, you know, and anybody that don't drink sees that, oh, this dude's been drinking. And he probably was looking him up and down, kind of acknowledging him, and not acknowledging that Lopez Sr. was drunk. And then, you know, and Lopez kind of took it like, what the fuck you looking at? Why you looking at me like that? I think that's what happened. You know, and I think that shit started from there. But, you know. But then again, you know, I mean, just because someone doesn't speak in the way they act or their tone, their attitude, you don't have to speak. You don't have to speak to show you have an attitude. You don't have to speak to show you are fucking arrogant or spoiled or conceited. You know, you ever seen somebody that looks at you like you got shit on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's nothing that they have to say. They just, you know, that look like, oh, that shit there, like that type of shit. I didn't have to say anything, but my expression, okay, my attitude, it showed it all. So maybe Lomachenko gave him one of them looks. Samuel Apia, love from London, counterpunch to you. Khan won't take the Brook fight unless there's 10 million, and that's no chance ever. Yeah, he'll have to do it for a whole lot of money in case he gets his ass beat. But Amir Khan always been like that. Amir Khan ain't gonna take a fight unless it's just fucking Mayweather or Pacquiao or some shit. He's one of those very selective guys. That's why he wanted to take on Terence Crawford. He has very high expectations. I mean, that, just face it. I mean, he's like one of those women that won't date a guy that makes under 80,000. If you ain't a six-figure man, a lot of chicks won't fuck with you. Khan's like that. He ain't gonna fight you unless it's some big swinging cock. You know what I mean? You got my name right this time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Jamie, Khan has the best chin in boxing. Yeah, he sure does, bud. One for all plus ultra. Sup, Kurt? How's your day going, brother? It's going good. I'm about to slaughter a damn big-ass juicy burger. Sarah Brotherhood. Okay, love from Barge in the Midlands, UK. What do you think about Naoa Inoue? Yo, he's a badass mother sucker. I like him. He's like a new Pacquiao or some shit. But he's just Japanese, right? Yeah. What time is it? Okay. Was it 11? Yeah, it says just 11 o'clock. Yeah, respect from Japan. Gus Grau, right? Or Grau. Mr. Harry Mata. Well, Kell go the distance. I don't think he'll go the distance because see, one thing about Terence Crawford is a very aggressive dude at times. He can box you if he wants to. He can box you from the outside. But see, Terence Crawford has a mean streak, and it's the type of shit it's almost like you don't want to piss off Terence Crawford. And like I told you guys, Mean Machine pissed him off. When he dropped him, he pissed him off. Kurt, why isn't Crawford the best pound-for-pound fighter? He is the best to me. You know, that's nothing really to discuss. I mean, I ain't going to argue with another motherfucker's opinion. Fuck him. I think Terence Crawford's the best fighter. Crawford too good at finding openings and exchanges, and Brook stands too straight up and primarily a 1-2 puncher. I have a Bud winning. Yeah, see, proud father. He has to have some firepower with Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford is good with timing. See, Amir Khan was faster than Terence Crawford. Not by a hell of a lot, but he was definitely faster. He could deliver combinations faster. But it's almost like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. Manny's faster at throwing combinations, but Floyd doesn't really throw them. Floyd counters, and his reaction time is probably one of the quickest, but it's the timing also. So he has to implement the timing in there with speed. That's what Terence is good at. Along, he has this reach, then he can do it from either stance. The dude is freaking dangerous. Joshua Tree, greetings from Northern Ireland in the house. You know, can you see Kell stopping Crawford? No, unless he hurts Crawford with something that he just never saw and then wails on him. What's the biggest fight outside AJ versus Fury, Crawford versus Spence? It's a very good question. Those are like the biggest fights. They don't have any really projected fights right now. There's some fights that we can think of that may be great fights. Like, let's see, you have, what's his name? Ugas. You know, you have someone like Ugas versus like Terence Crawford. I mean, not Terence Crawford, but Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. You know, guys like that. Because Ugas is a guy that people overlooked. And I've been watching Ugas a long damn time. You know, yeah, Davis Haney. You know what I mean? Exhibit. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Who will win, Joe Joyce or Daniel Dubois? If Joe Joyce can take those punches, he might put Dubois in a place that he's never been. Did you hear Bud is leaving Bob Arum? Pacer, I would. I would have been left his ass. Leave fucking Bob, him and his fucking hemp smoke. Leave him with his pipe. You know, I think Bob smokes pipes now, you know. I don't think he fucks with, like, paper. Papers are fucking bad for your throat. You need to smoke the pure shit. The best way to do so is to fucking smoke it in a pipe. The pipe's right. The pipe is right. I'm trying to tell you what I know. This shit is brilliant. No one of those fucking hippies from the 70s is still alive. Hell, I was one of them. I just couldn't have the long hair because I was a fucking lawyer. What do you want? Fuck, I wasn't gonna give up my job for that shit. I could smoke and do the both at the same damn time. Oh. So yeah, I hope he does. I hope that's true. I hope Terence Crawford leaves. Look, everybody eventually leaves Bob Arum. Everybody. Bob Arum is a good promotional company to start off with, but once you see it, when you plateau and you know you can't do anything else or can't go anywhere else, and Bob Arum is going to eventually, you're going to eventually hit a ceiling with Bob, okay? You're going to have to go. You're going to have to leave. Thornbury, Ontario, the imitations are deadly. Victor Barak, appreciate it. I think Kovalev beat Ward the first time he did. I think he beat Ward too. I mean, that's no secret. If you go back, look at my videos, I thought the knockdown was the difference. I did think Ward won the second half of the fight. Yes, I do. But the knockdown, again, people ignore it. You know, it'd be different if there was no knockdown, but there was a knockdown. You know, if you split that sucker right up the middle, what was the difference and the defining factor of that fight? Andre Ward got knocked down by fucking Kovalev. That's what happened. Now, do you give him heart, you know, for coming back? Yeah, but, you know, hey, whatever. I mean, that made a bitter ass Kovalev, though. It did. Who has Crawford fought since he moved up? He's fought, besides Khan, okay, everyone he's fought has been undefeated. Every fucking last one of them. Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez. Didn't he fight somebody else than that? He fought Kavalauskas, right? I think he was undefeated. Now he's fighting Amir Khan. So that's 4 fights that he's had up there. So he's fighting everybody besides the PBC guys. You know what I mean? And I think it's a shame, though, honestly. I mean, not taking away from any of those guys. I do think it's a shame because you have a guy like Terence Crawford that is so talented that the only thing, you can't give back time, people. You can't give back time. You can't go back and say, well, hey, this 30-year-old Terence Crawford would have beat him. No, the man's almost 33 years old. He needs those fights now. Al Heyman knows that shit. That's why, you know, Errol Spence is what, 30? He's Canelo's age. See, it's all about matching a certain fighter at a certain time. And a lot of people talk about how good a fighter is, but a fighter is only so good. He's only in his prime at a certain point. It's the sweet spot between the ages of 30, 32, 33. And then when you start to get to the age of 34, 35, you start slipping. It's been proven. You just start slipping. And by the way, you know Wilder's 35 years old. You know that, right? I'm just saying. He's a little older than other people. Despite Tyson Fury having, you know, starting, you know, he took 3 years off of his career. So, you know. He was pissing off doing drugs and slamming hookers and shit like that. You know, whatever the hell he was doing. But he did say he was out there in those streets. He did say that. He sure did. Kurt, if you were Canelo, what's your next 3 fights? Andrade, Jamal, and Bivol, or Billy Joe. If he took those 3 fights right there, he would be the shit. I mean, you can't ask him for so much, but damn, come on, give us something. You know what I mean? That's why he fell out with his own. Like, his own ain't gonna pay you all that fucking money to fight a bunch of dumb fucking nobody ass people that been beat by other guys that you ain't even fighting them. Come on, man. That's just arrogance, because, you know, at that point he just thought, I'm good enough to fight everyone. I was born ready. You ever heard Canelo speak English? It's some funny shit. I was born ready. And he speaks English, by the way. He just doesn't care to, you know, because it's not a strong suit. So you always have him, you know, with somebody, you know, interpreting his shit. Man, I tell you, Waco is full of construction. Damn. I thought Austin was bad. Fighting Haney or Lopez. That'd be a good fight. I want Teofimo Lopez to fight someone like Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying? I want him with some tough son of a bitch. Let's see. Reviews. Let's see here. Kurt, do you believe taking 3 years off has 0 repercussions? Oh, Ali was never the same. Of course it is. And it depends on who's taking it. You know, you understand, somebody like Muhammad Ali, those were precious years out of the ring. Muhammad Ali was a very special prodigy. Muhammad Ali was a guy that a lot of people didn't take seriously, but they definitely could not deny how good he was. See, all that 1A shit back in the day with the Vietnam War and all that stuff like that, you know, and how people felt about it, because people were brainwashed, honestly. People were brainwashed in this country thinking that was the thing to do, because draft was a normal thing. So if you denied the draft, it's like you denying your country. And they looked at him like doing that, you know, so. Regis chasing Broner, he should. Regis Prograis said that Adrian Broner shit water. Oh man, yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see Regis and Adrian Broner, you know, go at it. Whose latest uppercut was sweet as Tank's upper Vetkins. Ooh, that's a very good fucking both, because they both were massive. And then you see they both got knocked out the same fucking way. You know what I'm saying? They got caught with a counter left. Boop! It was like the only one is, you know, Tank's a southpaw. That's the difference. You know, and Povetkin, of course, is an orthodox fighter. So they both was out. Man, that little dude Santa Cruz was knocked the fuck out for a very serious long time. That was some Manny Pacquiao one-on-one Marquez shit. You know, it really was. It really was. I mean, the dude was down on the canvas. Like, yo, he was fucked. He was knocked out. And he was just done. And see, Tank knew he did it too. When he hit him, he knew, I got this bitch. He walked off. Little Tyson and shit. I just want him to fight people. That's all. I want him to fight, you know. And see, like I told you guys, if Gervonta Tank Davis, people think they should be loyal to, like, especially you. The problem with Heyman and shit, they act like Heyman can't do no wrong, or Floyd can't do no wrong. Floyd is not a hellified experienced promoter. He's only as good as the people that work for him, that tells him what to do. So basically, he's still being coached, even though being a promoter. You know, so if Al Heyman is giving him advice, he's still getting advice from Al Heyman, okay? So he's not really, you know, think about when Lomachenko was after Tank. He wanted to throw Tank in there at 23 years of age, the same age Teofimo is now. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that. Not yet until Tank pissed him off, started talking a bunch of bullshit on Twitter, and it got the attention of Floyd. And Floyd, absolutely, we're ready for Lomachenko right now. You know, and Tank was like, what? The fuck we are? You just said we wouldn't. What's wrong with you? You know? But yeah, man, I think people have to realize that certain people you outgrow. If they're trying to protect you, or they're trying to suppress you from being, or from your best potential, shit, you gotta leave them alone. You gotta let that go. You gotta let it go. That's it. You know, because if you don't, it's like, okay, well, hey, what am I doing with you? I'm not fighting the best guys. You know, people are calling me a cherry pick. Yeah, I like the bling bling around my neck and all that shit, but come on, man, that shit gets old, don't you think? You know? Because in time, you know, I remember look, one of my favorite boxing movies, it's funny as shit. You had Peter Berg, you had Samuel Jackson, Damon Wayans playing James Roper. Who else was it? Jeff Goldblum. You had John Malkovich was in that shit. Not John Malkovich. Was it John Malkovich? Cheech Marin from Cheech and Chong. It was, look, the shit was absolutely hilarious. If you've seen this shit, I suggest you watch it. It's called The Great White Hype. And it was Samuel Jackson playing this like Don King like character, because he's a promoter. He's a janky ass promoter that he's a janky promoter that just was giving bullshit fights to James Roper, and nobody would really wanted to see him, and he owed James all this money because people don't want to see him fight. So all this money that he was promised to have, he's not making, because nobody really wanted to see the fight at all. So, you know, he kept trying to make up ways of how to get James Roper paid, and he caught up, and he thought of an ingenious way to do so. Yep, Great White Hype. No, it's the Great White Hype, not the Great White Hope. The Great White Hype. Okay? That's what it was. Not the other shite. Okay? But it's a comedy. It's a comedy. And he came up with an ingenious way. And you know what that ingenious way is? You know what it was, people? Do you guys want to know what it was? No, that's a question. You guys want to know what Samuel Jackson, as that promoter, did to get James Roper some money? I know, right? Do you guys want to know? Text yes if you guys want to know what this guy did to generate money for his fighter, James the Reaper Roper. Yeah, yes, yes, okay, yes, cool, yes, yes, nice. Metalbox J, yes. All right, cool. Pacer, yes. All right, you guys want to know? Here we go. You got to watch the fucking movie. I don't do that shit. I don't tell movies. Shit. I'm in the movie industry. I don't like someone to hard on work some other motherfucker tell you about the shit. No, you watch it. You gotta watch the movie, guys. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. He got Big Baby out of retirement. Ha ha. Funny. No. Try again, Bora Poca. One of my favorite boxing movies. That shit is funny. It's funny as shit. Spoiler alert, I know, right? But look, that shit was funny. But you know, it just shows you about the games. Making that up to say this, it's like Al Heyman's one of those guys. He's just out of the. He's not exactly a Don King, because Don King likes to be in the spotlight. Al Heyman don't. He don't play that shit. But he doesn't give people the right type of fights when they need it, when they ask for it. Okay. And I think as long as people will feel that they're, how do you say, obligated to face, obligated to be with certain promotional companies, they're never going to leave. So let's see, Kurt, what's the boxing movie where the hypnotist, their fighter, old film, Richard Pryor, I think. Oh wait, you talking about Let's Do It Again? I think it's Let's Do It Again with Jimmy Walker, and Jimmy Walker was hypnotized. It's either Let's Do It Again. It's not Uptown Saturday Night, because it's with Richard Pryor and no, wait, it's with Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier. That's what that is. And it was Jimmy Walker from Good Times. And they hypnotized this motherfucker and made him this mad-ass killing machine, this beast. So, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Great White Hype. Yep, sounds like it was based off our... Nah, it's not. Let's Do It Again. Okay, all right, Dion W. Counterpunch to you. I knew it was one of them because they did a few of those movies. They did a few of those movies. I wouldn't deal with anybody hiding in the shadows. Damn, counterpunch to you, Antonio. It makes a lot of sense. A lot of damn sense. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to go eat and then hit the road again because I'm maybe about halfway to where I need to be. But I may do another live stream, so stay tuned. After I get through, I'm going to give an analysis. So I'm going to go hang out with my boy Carlos. And everybody on the chat, thank you for coming in. And you guys have been counterpunched. Peace.